Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank both of you for being here today, and Admiral Mullen, obviously we will miss having you before this committee, and thank you so much for your decades of service to our country. I wanted to ask you about, on Director Clapper testified last week before the House Senate Intelligence Committees that the re-engagement rate from those that we have released from Guantanamo Bay is at an all-time high, 27%, which means that out of the 599 detainees who have been repatriated from Guantanamo, there are 161 of them who we've either confirmed or suspected of re-engaging in terrorist activities or insurgent activities that obviously put our troops in danger, further undermine security in areas that we're fighting, and are threats to the American people. So I would ask both of you, at this point, would you agree with me that that re-engagement rate is unacceptable?
No, there's no question that you know, we can't allow that to happen, where you release individuals that immediately go back into the battle and start killing our forces. Now, one of the protections is that any kind of transfer that's made, I have to certify that the country that accepts that transfer has taken all of the precautions necessary to ensure that that doesn't happen. Now, I haven't done any of that up to this point as Secretary, but you can be assured that I'm not going to certify unless I'm damn sure that that's going to happen.
And can we have your assurances that you just said that you won't allow someone to be transferred from Guantanamo to another country unless you can be assured that they're not going to re-engage back in the battle to harm us?
That's correct.
I appreciate that. And one of the issues I would ask both of you about is, if tomorrow we capture a high-value terrorist outside of Iraq and Afghanistan, where do we put them? Assuming we want to interrogate, assuming we want to detain, assuming we continue to have security concerns about them if we were to immediately release them or put them in some other country.
Senator, the approach now in dealing with that is very much kind of looking at a case-by-case approach. We did it recently with Wasami, who was a terrorist who we located and captured. We were able to gather a great deal of intelligence from him. As we developed that case, there was a decision made that he could be prosecuted in the courts, so he was transferred for the purpose of being prosecuted. With regards to the issue of of ability to detain individuals under the law of war provision, that is an area, frankly, that I think we need to work with the Congress to decide how we do that, because the answers to that aren't very good right now.
I would agree with you. I think we need a long-term detention policy. And right now, would you both agree with me, there isn't an alternative to Guantanamo that exists right now?
First of all, I agree with the thrust of what you're saying. And the military commander, there's not a military commander out there that wants to see anybody back. And the return rate is far too high. And Secretary Panetta as well. None of us want to see that happen. We do need a long-term detention policy. I think the Warsami case actually is instructive. We actually, in that case, kept him at sea for a while now. That has limits. You don't want your Navy all completely tied up. And that is a case-by-case basis. And in fact, moving in that direction, there is a way to keep him, and that is and he is being kept right now, having gotten to the point where he can be prosecuted. But the law of war peace is it's a very hard problem that is only going to, from my perspective, it's going to take everybody getting together. It's been very contentious. We understand all that, but without that, it's really it's given us this return rate, and it puts people on the ground who are in the fight in a pretty tough spot.
When you talk about the situation with Warsami, We couldn't do that with every single individual, though, put them on the ship, could we, in terms of a practical reality?
I mean, no, I mean, not really.
I think we're going to need more ships if we're going to do that. You know, one of the concerns that I have that brings me to this is Attorney General Holder pledged this week that the administration would close the Guantanamo Bay prior to the 2012 presidential election. And my concerns about his comments are that hearing what you have said and what our military leaders have said before this committee, right now we don't have an alternative, and we have a recidivism rate that's unacceptable. So I would just say that to both of you, I think it's very important that we not put political considerations ahead of making sure that these individuals get back in theater to further harm us, our allies, and our troops.
We got, you know, look, the bottom line here, Senators, we've got a real conflict here. Obviously, the President is very intent on closing Guantanamo and not adding to the Guantanamo population. At the same time, Congress has made very clear that there's no other place that we're going to be able to put these individuals through legislation of one kind or another. We have got to be able to resolve that for the benefit of this country, and I would hope that working together with the Congress, we could find a way to deal with these conflicts.
Well, I hope so too. I firmly believe we should keep Guantanamo open. I think that it is a top-rate detention facility. I've been there, and I think that is the best way to move forward. And I am hopeful that we will resolve this because, as we all know, it's very important that we not, it must be so, make our troops so angry when they come across someone that we released, and they're now confronting again. So I don't want them to be in that position. I wanted to ask